a lot of effort on things that don't matter. Like I said, we've done quite a few trips in the last few years, and we have 4 phases of our budgets, okay? The first one is food, and it ranges from basic dining to complete taste bud nirvana, okay? Next, we have transportation. Transportation is the stuff like your flights, the different drives, trains, whatever you're doing, you're gonna budget all that into one lump sum. Next is your lodging. This is the resorts, Airbnb, hotels, condos, etc. Or the last thing is the experience, all right? These are the rich experiences that you tell yourself, like, these are different events, fancy meals that, like, in a normal day, you're like, I would never pay that much for a meal, but it's an experience that you're going for. You're not just going to feed yourself, all right? The meal is the experience. Different adventures, different access to special places, etc. And personally, I believe that it's best to be frugal on things like lodging and transportation, but don't hold back on your food and experiences, because again, food is going to create amazing memories, experiences, amazing memories, because these go to all our different senses. What you see, what you taste, what you feel, what you hear are all wrapped in here, and that's how you make the experience much more enjoyable. Now, you're probably asking yourself, well, Tommy, that makes perfect sense. I totally agree with you. But how can I save on this stuff, right? Well, don't worry, because now we're going to go ahead and take a look at how we can cut costs on lodging and double down on the stuff where the memories are made. Secret number 2, how to save up to 80% off Expedia Travelocity's guaranteed lowest prices. What Expedia and travel bundlers don't want you to know is that resorts who advertise with them must contractually grant special pricing to that platform, okay? So Expedia's best price guarantee is a method used as the unique selling proposition. They use this to help drive people to their website because you and I, feel that we're going to get the best price guarantee. And they do have the lowest prices, public pricing online. But as you saw from the beginning of this video, there are better discounts out there if you know where to look. And one thing about Groupon that I want to touch on is that who you book your trip through matters, okay? Whenever we were on the Punta Cana vacation, there was a bunch of people on our flight that used a Groupon to go out there. Now, after talking with them on the flight down, we personally paid about $300 more, all right, than what they did. On the flight back, because we actually ended up being on the same flight going back home, the people that were on this trip came back sick. They had to move rooms like 2 times. The food was horrible. And they just had a miserable experience, right? Well, me and Laura couldn't have been more excited. We had our nice tans done. We had some of the most amazing food that we've had in a really long time, given the price that we paid for it, okay? Drinks were an endless flow of high-level, top-shelf liquors, and we got to do all kinds of neat adventures right off the beach of our resort because it was positioned very nicely on this stretch of beach, all right? And the reason that is that Groupon, whenever you show up to a resort, okay, from purchasing a Groupon, that resort is going to stick you like in the bottom corner of probably the worst room that they have because they know you're paying the lowest bottom dollar for their resort stay, all right? So it does matter who you're booking through. You want to make sure that they have a great relationship with the resort, and I'm going to show you how you can do that on this video as well. But first, let me tell you more about this pay-to-play of the travel industry. So Expedia, Travelocity, all these big travel providers, they will spend, like Expedia, up to $100,000 for a 30-second commercial during a big sporting event or primetime TV show. They spend that money, all right, to entice, travelers to go to their website and book travel. Because all the resorts and hotels show up on Expedia, have to pay to show up on Expedia's site, the popular travel websites are a pay-to-play model for resorts. So let's map this out and follow the money. So TV, all right, is going to charge Expedia money to be on their platform, all right? Then Expedia is going to charge the resort to be on their platform. The resort is then going to charge or bloat their prices, increase their prices on your stay to help pay for their advertising, which helps pay for Expedia's advertising, which helps fund the TV network. All right, and we're not talking about small pennies here. You can see Trivago, $100 million in TV spending, right? So to be on that platform, to get that many eyeballs, Expedia will charge different resorts hundreds of thousands of dollars to be on their platform. All right. In 2015 alone, consumers spent $6.6 billion on Expedia. So spending a mere $52 million to make $6.6 billion is a win-win. Okay. So because they make it all in volume. So knowing this, how does that make you feel that you're paying for the bloated ads cost, all right, of Expedia? All right. Well, what if you didn't have to pay those bloated pricings? What if you could lower the cost of the vacation and then increase the amount of spending on yourself and your loved ones to create those rich experiences? How would that feel? Pretty awesome, right? So now let me tell you about my aha experience. So meet my dad. That's John right there. We're on the Riviera Maya coast in Mexico. He's paddleboarding. I'm goofing off. We're having a great time, right? Well, growing up, Dad always loved his golfing, right? It kept him active. He was never really a gym goer. He never really, worked out, but he stayed pretty active playing his golf. And he was part of a country club, and I would never really realize the cost of it, so I had to Google it whenever I was really searching for this kind of secret. And a country club, typically an average cost, they can be as high as like $200,000. I found out some craziness, but a good average cost is $6,000 or about $500 a month, right? And the reason that's such a great deal is it provides the golf course with predictable revenue, okay? And it provides my dad a way to golf more, okay, for less money, because his overall volume that he's going to be using, his cost goes down and his value goes up, right? And it keeps him moving, keeps him social, whatever excuse you can have to get out and enjoy life. I mean, that's always going to be good money spent, right? Well, my brother had a similar type deal where he wanted a boat. This is my brother right here, John. There's me. Here's the whole family out on his boat. And there's something special about this boat, right? He was looking at it because he lives in Florida, and he looked at the cost. He wanted to be able to bring people out on the water whenever they came into town. But after he looked at the maintenance of having his personal time to maintain it, the cost to store it, insurance costs, all these things, the cost started stacking up, right? And then he found a solution. It was called the Freedom Boat Club. And if you Google it, you'll see that the membership it's not cheap, okay, but it's well worth the value, because you can see it's about $6,000 membership buy-in, $1,200 setup fee, and then $299 a month, right? And for this, get this. So anytime he wants, he has about 3 to 4 boats that are, for where he's at, it's like 10 minutes from his house, the local marina. They store it, they maintain it, your dues covers the insurance. You literally just go pick up the boat, take it out for the day, and then bring it back and they'll clean it. It's really a remarkable deal, all right? But here's where it gets even better. Let's say that, my brother lives in Florida. Let's say that he goes out to California. The Freedom Boat Club has marinas in California where he could pick up a boat. So this $299 a month that he pays now gives him boats all over the U.S., right? And he doesn't have to store it. He doesn't have to maintain it. The good thing is that these dues go towards keeping the boats new and fresh so that they can have new equipment and they don't get old and outdated, as it would be if you owned your own boat. Eventually you'd have to upgrade it. So a club really, between golf club, boat club, really has a lot of value, right? This kind of got me thinking, I want to travel. And I had my big aha moment when I started thinking about, like, well, Dad got a golf club, John got a boat club. Well, it just makes sense then that Tommy should go ahead and find out if there's a travel club that would work, right? And it turns out that there are a bunch of different travel clubs. And after I did a lot of homework, I found out that the perfect solution for more travel at less cost is a travel club. And I'm going to prove it to you on this video. And it gives me great joy, though, to recommend the best and highest use travel club. And that is Renaissance Travel Membership. Now, my Renaissance Travel Membership was not cheap, but it came with a lot of value. Owning your Renaissance Travel Membership gives you the feeling of having thousands of mini vacation homes that you don't have to maintain, you don't have to pay mortgages or fees or stuff like that for. You only pay when you want to go use them. And get this, when you want to go use them, you just pay $3.98 to $7.99 for the week. All right. And if that wasn't good enough, these locations are along the best mountains, okay, the most exotic beaches, along fascinating golf courses, different lakes, all the best places that you'd want to go to just get away from it all. That's where your Renaissance Travel Membership gets you, okay? So as you saw from the beginning, it might start to make sense how we're able to get this crazy deal that we started with. Again, we're on Maui, best beach, best island. Everybody else is paying $4,405 for the week. Renaissance Travel Memberships pay $7.99 for the same place, same location, but 80% off, the best public pricing guarantee. Now, on this video, I'm going to use Hawaii as a lot of the examples because Hawaii is four of the most amazing islands in all the world. Specifically, Maui has been voted the best island in the world for like 20 years. And you can see here, me at the resort, loving my balcony view, overlooking the ocean. Then here, the sun setting at the resort, falling perfectly between the palm trees, and it just doesn't get any better than this, okay? And here's the best thing about Maui. It has the exotic golf courses, the amazing beaches, whales, sea turtles, crazy amounts of awesome snorkeling. This is a little volcanic tip that's off the southern part of the island. And of course, romantic settings such as this are just something that every family, I feel, should be able to experience. And not only Maui, but Hawaii as a whole, okay? Of the four major islands, you could literally go to Hawaii every year for the next 10 years and get a new experience every time, okay? Hawaii is just such a must to do on your bucket list. And once you go once, you're going to want to go again and again. But unfortunately, a lot of families just put a big X on ever setting out to visit Hawaii because of the high cost or perceived cost of visiting Hawaii, all right, when in fact, the biggest cost is getting out there, okay, and then figuring out where you're going to stay. The actual day-to-day between the meals and food and the things you do isn't really that much different than any other vacation spot in the world. All right, but that's why on this video, I'm showing you how you could save a ridiculous amount on your lodging. And later on, if you stick with me, I'll be able to show you how you can save on flights, but that's going to be for another video, okay? Now, let's go ahead and take a look at Black Rock Beach again. On this beach, this is, if you Google Maui, we've already shown that it's the best island in the world. Well, this is the best beach on the best island. And what you're going to see here is, this is a Google satellite view, okay? There's the Sheraton Resort, there's Canal Alley, Marriott, Regency, all these different resorts, right? Well, these go for, this one says $459, this one says $480. Well, located right here on that same beach is the Canale Pali Beach Hotel, which is a Renaissance resort that you can be there for $6.99 a week. And just real quick here, that's me jumping off of the Black Rock. That's right here. All right. And once I jumped off of here and swam into the shore right there, there is 2 giant sea turtles right off the beach of Maui. I'm telling you, this island is a must-see for you and your family. But let's take a look at that resort we just pointed out, all right? Because you might be thinking, yeah, right, Tommy, but what kind of resort is it? It's probably just some dump or whatever. Well, that's just the thing. You can't put a resort on this stretch of beach and it be a dump, right? You can go to their website right here, Canale Pali Beach. You can see some of the grounds here. The pricing that you'll find publicly is $200 to $300 a night. Here is some pictures. You can go straight to Expedia and check these out. You can see nice rooms, beautiful, lush landscaping and pools and everything. Here's an aerial view from the beach. Here's a balcony view that you can see going straight at Black Rock. This is exactly where I was, where we jumped off and swam in the giant sea turtles. So you're right there in the thick of it all. Your balcony's right there looking out over the ocean. I mean, this is a place that you'd want to be, right? And while $200 to $300 a night might be a little bit outside your budget, what if you could drop that ridiculously down to just $6.99 for the week? Would that savings be able to make those flights a little bit more affordable, you know, a little bit less wallet worry while you're out and about, you know, enjoying the things while you're on the island? Because that's what Renaissance Travel does for you. And it's a lot more than just Hawaii, okay? There's over 5,000 resorts worldwide. And let me just give you a snapshot of some of the places that I've really enjoyed going. And one of those is Cabo, right? Going out to Cabo, again, crazy, awesome, exotic golfing, outdoor activities. You can swim with whale sharks there. This is some cool ninja jet ski thing. Fishing's ridiculous there. This was a picture I pulled off of Google because I thought it was crazy. This guy caught this crazy looking fish right off the beach. And not to mention the food there is amazing. Now, this pic right here is a little special for me because that's me and Carrie and my wife, and we're walking the beaches of Cabo, and I just couldn't, this was just a very romantic, nice evening that we've had, and it's just one of those things that I told her early on when we were dating that, babe, I'm going to take you to all the beaches of the world, and so far it's been a pretty fun journey for us, okay? And I couldn't have done that without the Renaissance Travel membership. So Cabo's pretty amazing. Let's look at some of the resorts, right? Cabo, right here, you could go to the Grand Mayan, okay? This is part of the Mayan chain. It's a very popular Mexican chain of resorts. We have a master room. This is like a regular hotel suite, just like a studio hotel. And you have $650 USD per night. That would add up to $4,550 per night. You can see the resort here. Like I said, this ain't no slumming place. This is a legit resort right here. And what you can do, you can be right here on the beaches of Cabo. Whenever we were there, we weren't actually at this particular resort, but we were in Cabo, and we got to see the giant sea turtle lay their eggs. They had the resort come and you know, they do a conservation thing, and Laura just couldn't be happier. I mean, look at that face. That's the kind of thing. This is what we talked about earlier, talking about living. This is living right there, okay? And it just overwhelms me with joy being able to deliver that kind of experience for her, all right? And what's really nice is that going forward, we're not going to be having to pay $4,000 for the week to be out in Cabo, right? We can go to the same resort, Grand Mayan. You can see that this, you know, pick is pretty much the same thing right there, all right? And we're going to be paying $5.99 for the week, and this would be in March 23rd to March 30th, which this is prime whale season, or I think this is like right on the beginning of it, so you can go swimming with the whale sharks, okay? So amazing, amazing discounts right there. That's literally about almost $4,000 in savings. Pretty ridiculous, right? Well, let's keep on going because it gets better. Because there's not just one resort in each of these places. Here you have Hacienda Del Mar, okay? This is the whole resort. Again, this is a legit resort as well, all right? Same kind of thing in March. That's a really great time to visit Cabo. Expedia best prices. Again, this is Hacienda Del Mar. $2,500 for the week. And quick little snapshot. That's me and my sister. We in Cabo here. This is on a pirate ship where we went to go snorkeling. We wanted to do something a little bit different, jumping off a pirate ship into the ocean. It was a pretty fun time. But let's take a look at what it costs to get out there to Cabo at this amazing resort. All right, everybody else is paying $2,500. Here we are, Hacienda Del Mar, same exact resort, same exact time. Our price, $500 for the week. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than this. Again, let's look at Colorado. You know, here we are, beautiful Rocky Mountain skiing, hot springs at the end of the day. Couldn't be better, okay? This is located in Pagosa Springs. They have amazing different things that you can do there. And this was a VRBO booking where you could have gone through VRBO and paid $221 a night for this 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath condo. Okay, it was like, I believe it was 2,500 square feet. It was huge. It probably could sleep 12 to 15 people easily. And you're not going to believe what we paid for it. Okay, check this out. You're going to be like, Tommy, shut up. This is ridiculous. So 3-bedroom, 3.5 bath in the middle of Colorado, where Wolf Creek is the ski resort that's about 20 minutes away, has the most powder in all of Colorado. We're paying $400 for the week, all right, in prime ski season. This is November 3rd through December 7th, 2018. $398 for the week. You can't get any better than that, right? And we went here last year, so, and then year in, year out, we can do our travel ski adventures for $398 for the week. Again, this is 3 bedrooms, so we can bring the whole family. And again, $398. Just simply ridiculous, right? So now you're probably wondering, how is this all possible? Well, it simply comes down to public versus private pricing. As a private membership, Renaissance pricing is not available to the public. This gives them a tremendous amount of buying power and leverage. Because what happens is, Renaissance, they are able to go out to the resorts and create contracts with them that have prime usage of their resorts with an agreement of only charging $398 to $700 a week. What Renaissance then does is tax on about $99 or so to then place it inside of their travel booking portal, where all of its members are then able to pick and choose some of the best resorts at the most amazing prices of just $398 to $799 for the week, okay? Because that $99 is worked into your membership pricing, so you don't even actually see it, okay? Therefore, the resorts are not having to, the resorts are able to get tons of travelers to their locations without the bloated pricing of advertising cost. So even though they're charging less, they're actually making about the same amount of money, not only because they're getting trips one time, but these people are going to keep coming back again and again. I mean, can you see yourself owning a Renaissance membership and going to Hawaii, Cabo, mountains, Disney, all these different places again and again and again? Well, that's kind of what it is. That's the lifetime value that's associated with these amazing deals. And the reason I love this is because it allows more families to create those rich experiences together in the most desired places all around the world, okay? Now, Renaissance is a club, and just like our golf club example and our boat club example, there is a buy-in for membership, okay? And it's not cheap. But when you add up all the value of the membership, the initiation fee becomes incredibly light, especially when you compare it to all the other options when it comes to travel. Let me show you what I mean. Check this out. Remember this stretch of Maui real estate? If you wanted to get in on this stuff, a lot of people since this is the best island in the world and they want to own property and have a better way to travel here, a lot of people turn to timeshares, right? Well, this West End, as you can see right here on this same stretch of beach, to buy into this timeshare is about $100,000. And that's a really great deal because I'm going to show you why in a second. But most people that afford this kind of thing are retiring and they have their savings to be able to fund that kind of thing. But remember, I don't want you to get that far down the road and have an if only if maybe you can't afford that or something, or maybe something happened and you're not able to do those things. I want you to be able to start going to these vacations in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and more. I want you to have a lifetime of travel and adventure starting right now and not waiting till you can afford something like that. All right? Let me give you another example of some of these locations. That same Diamond Resort that we talked about with the 2-bedroom, $699 for the week. If you wanted to buy into their timeshare ownership, it would cost you $20,000. Okay, just about. You'll have a maintenance fee of $1,500 a year, and that'd be for this 1 week. All right. And again, great deal if you have the retirement savings and you can do that. But most people that I know that are in their 20s, the 40s, and 50s, or maybe even at retirement, this still is not an option for them, right? And that's what makes Renaissance so amazing. Because there's no annual dues, ongoing cost, okay? And we're going to get into that more in a second. Let's keep looking at these. There are other clubs out there as well. Renaissance is not the only travel club. You can see here, Club Wyndham Access. This is about a $250,000 package, okay? It is about $1,000 a year in maintenance, okay? It uses the Wyndham network, the RCI network, all right? It allows you up to 1 year in advance bookings, and it gives you Club Wyndham access in locations, let's see, Las Vegas, Kissimmee, Florida, Sedona, that's in Arizona, Branson, Missouri, and more, right? So I started looking at this, and I was like, all right, I could spend $250,000 if I just wanted to book a one-time trip. The Wyndham Mountain Vista was $1,600 for the week, all right? Same exact dates, March 30th through April, all right? March 30th through April, $635 a week with Renaissance for the same exact thing that other people are paying $250,000 to buy into. Other people are paying $1,600 a week. We're paying $600 a week for the same exact place, all right? Again, you're not paying the big bloated price here that comes with all the deeded property value and all this other kind of stuff, all right? You're not paying the advertising cost here. You're purely paying to travel. You're purely paying to have a good time, all right? Let's look at Disney. So Disney is, of course, everybody needs to go to Disney. Every family needs to experience the wonder of Disney. But unfortunately, with Disney, you show up and you have more wallet worry, all right? Because you spent so much money to get there, so much money on the tickets to go to the parks, so much money on the food. Every day, you're just like sweating bullets. You're like, how much more money am I going to hemorrhage, right? Well, not anymore. So check this out. The Sheraton Vistana Villages, this was ranked one of the top 10 timeshares that you can get for Orlando area, right? And it cost you about $1,400 to buy in. And this one website concluded that advantaged the timeshare by $900 because after you bought into it, let's see here, it was $1,800 through Trivelocity, $2,000 directly through the Sheraton, okay? Because remember, the Trivelocity platforms are the ones that have to have the lowest public pricing, all right? So even on their own website, they have to charge less on their own website. But when you own the timeshare, you paid $1,100. So to get $1,100 for the week you had to pay $14,000 just about. Where what we've done, and you can see here, this is one that I booked through Renaissance, December 3rd through the 10th, 2-bedroom, $721 for the week. So with your Renaissance travel membership, here's what you get. You get access to over 5,000 resorts worldwide. You get weekly prices ranging from $398 to $799 a week.